there, it's Kobe, also known as Candid Kill here on YouTube. And today we're going to be discussing what you need to do to get into the best colleges out there. So I didn't really apply to that many amazing schools, but I applied to Duke, I applied to USC, I applied to Rice University, I applied to Brown. I got into all of them except Brown. I got waitlisted at Brown, but we moved. Getting into college is not just about grades and SAT scores. You know, there's more that goes into it. So we're going to discuss what I did to get into the schools I got into and what you can do to get into the best schools. And I do have a blog post about this exact topic. It'll be the first link in the description box down below in case you want to check that out. And yeah, let's get right into it. Let's go. So the first thing we're going to talk about is GPA. So my school used the 100-point scale, which means that the grade you get in the class is your GPA. And the thing that sucks is that every point matters, versus with the 4-point scale, like a 92 and a 97 is still going to be 4 points. Like, no, like that's not how it is with the 100-point scale. So the thing to keep in mind is that every single point matters with this. And then you get 5 points added to your grade if it was an honors or a pre-AP class, and then 10 points added to the grade if it was an AP class. So my weighted GPA when I applied to college was a 102.1042. My rank was ranked 2 out of 488, and I was in the first quartile. And so that's what I applied to colleges with, and that didn't change. The only thing that changed at the end of my senior year was the class size went up, but I was still ranked 2. So I think that the thing that matters with GPA is it needs to be high, especially if schools take away the SAT and ACT requirements. Then they're going to be looking heavily on your GPA, on your rank, and on the classes you take. So just keep that in mind for when you're applying to colleges. Okay, so the next thing is upper level classes. So colleges do look at the level of difficulty in the classes that you take. So if you're taking a lot of pre-AP and AP classes and your GPA is a little bit lower, they're going to be okay with that. But if you're taking no AP classes and no pre-AP classes and your GPA is lower, they're gonna be looking at you like, what's going on? Why is your GPA so low? So just take a few upper level classes to kind of challenge yourself and to show colleges that you are trying to push yourself and to do better. So the pre-AP classes that I took in high school were English 1 and 2, Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, Pre-Cal, Biology, Chemistry, World Geography, and Spanish 3. And then I took the following AP classes at the time of submitting my college apps. I submitted English 3, Statistics, Physics, World History, US History, and Spanish 4. And then colleges also, at least on the Common App, they ask for what classes you're taking your senior year. And so my senior year classes were AP Psych, AP English 4, AP Bio, AP Calc BC, Regular Anatomy and Physiology, AP Gov, AP Macroeconomics, and Basketball. Some of the classes that I took senior year were just semester classes. That's why I have so many classes listed, but they weren't like, I didn't have 10 classes in one semester. It was semester classes. And then my school requires you to take the class of the sport if you play a sport. So basketball was one of my classes. Yeah, so basically like I took a lot of upper level classes. I barely took any regular classes just because I wanted the GPA boost. Keep in mind that taking a lot of AP classes is hard. So it's going to be a lot of studying, but I think if you can do really well in a lot of AP classes, then do that so that you can get the GPA boost in all those classes. Because I got all A's. That means that I got all A's in AP classes. That means my GPA was above 100. That's why I was able to have my GPA of above 100, because I took so many AP and pre-AP classes. Just know your strengths and weaknesses, because with the 100-point scale, that means that it's better to get an A in a regular class than a B in a pre-AP class and a C in an AP class. Because if you get a 97 in regular English, but you get a 89 in pre-AP English, that's a 94, when you could be getting a 97 in regular. So just keep that in mind. Or if you get a 95 in regular physics, but you get a 72 in AP Physics, the AP Physics grade but adds 10 points, that's an 82, when you could have gotten a 95. So just keep that in mind. So kind of think about weighing the importance of your GPA versus taking upper level classes. All right, AP exams. AP exams you should take depends on your major. I know because I'm pre-med, so obviously I'm gonna have to retake all the science classes anyway. So I didn't take any AP exams for sciences. I only took at the time of my applying for colleges, I took English, language, and composition. I got a 5. Statistics, I got a 4, and US history, I got a 5. That's what I submitted to colleges. And then at the end of my senior year, I took Calc BC and got a 4. My AB subscore was a 4. I took Psych, which I got a 5, and US Government and Politics, I got a 5. I only submitted my 2018 scores to colleges, and the other scores came later. But yeah, just realize that certain classes you might have to take again in college. So if you're an engineering major, you're probably gonna have to take math classes in college. If you're a bio major, you're gonna have to take bio in college. So there's no need for you to take the AP bio exam if you're gonna take bio again in college, you know? So just take more of the elective classes to get those out of the way. All right, the SAT and the ACT, we love these tests. Honestly, I've heard that colleges are moving away from the SAT and ACT. So this may be irrelevant, but if your schools that you're applying to do require SAT and ACT scores, pay attention. Preparing for the ACT and the SAT, you do it differently. SAT measures your ability to learn, whereas in my opinion, the ACT measures what you've already learned. So I did way better on the ACT than the SAT, but I would just also point out that the ACT has some pre-cal aspects to it. So if you haven't taken pre-cal, take pre-cal. And then the SAT has some statistics aspects to it. So if you haven't taken statistics, take statistics. That'll help you for those exams. Also, take the essay portions of both tests. The SAT essay is a rhetorical analysis, and the ACT essay is, I don't even know. It's really weird. I will look that up, do some practice on that, because I didn't look it up and it was super weird and it threw me off, but yeah. Okay, my ACT composite was a 35 the second time around. I got a 35 in English, 34 in math, 36 in reading, and 36 in science. And then on the writing portion, overall I got a 10, but on the individual breakdowns, it was 10, 9, 9, 10 out of 12. So I got a 10 out of 12. For the SAT, my highest total score was a 1500, but my super score, it was a 1530. If you don't know what super score is, it's where you take the highest scores of each section out of all the times you took the test. So the first time I took the SAT, I got a 780 on the math section, and the second time I took the SAT, I got a 750 on the writing section. So total, that's a 1530, but individually my highest score was a 1500. And the time that I got a 1500, I got 750 on both parts. And then the essay, I only took the essay one time, and I got 8, 6, 8 in each of the sections, and each section is out of 8. So I did pretty well. I didn't feel the need to retake it. And yeah, I think the SAT and the ACT are important aspects, but they're not everything, so don't stress too much about that. And some majors in some schools require SAT subject tests, so make sure you look that up for your particular major that you're applying to colleges for. But for me, since I'm pre-med, I didn't need to take any SAT subject tests. Okay, let's get into activities. So this part is kind of the part that you want to play up on if your GPA or your rank or your SAT and ACT scores aren't that great. You want to have your activity section pop in. I think you can only have 10 for the Common App. You can only have, is it like 8 or 10 activities? So you want to pick your most important activities that you did, things that really impacted you or that you were heavily involved in and that you can really talk about, but you don't get that much space to talk about the activities, so keep that in mind as well. But the thing that I didn't do that I really wish I had done in high school was, since I knew what I was going to do in college, your activities and your activity section should create a narrative of what you want to do. So you should kind of base it on to your major. So my major was Kinesiology Pre-Med. So what I should have done was I could have interned at a hospital or at a sports medicine facility or at a physical therapist's office. I could have joined clubs or created a PT club. I could have, I did do sports medicine in my school. I should have done it for longer. Just do different things to kind of form the narrative that you know what you want to do, and you're doing all these things in high school to get you where you want to be. But also have some other things on there that aren't related to your major, just things that you like to do, because it shows colleges that you have other interests besides just school. Include sports, band, orchestra, include clubs, include jobs that you've had or volunteering. All of that can be included in the activities section, just to kind of show colleges what you spent your time on and what you are interested in. Also, pro tip, make sure you are jazzing up and spicing up all of your activity descriptions to make it seem like you did more than what you actually did. And the last thing we're going to touch on is essays. So the Common App has a Common App essay, and there are other schools have like small essays that they want you to write about, but Common App essay is the main one. And my Common App essay was not serious at all. I'm going to be doing a video of me reading my Common App essay later on in a few weeks. I have the link to my essay in my blog post if you want to read that. It's not serious at all, but it got me into colleges. I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to be so serious, so mine is not, it's not serious. It's about my hair. In case you want to know, it's about my hair. Yeah. But this is a chance to wow the admissions officers, to make them want to keep reading, you know, because they read a lot of essays and they look at a lot of applications in one day, in one sitting. You want to send out and you want them to be like, oh, remember that girl who wrote about her hair? Yeah, I like her. Or this essay was so good. Oh my gosh, you should read this. Things like that to make them want to keep reading. And also, you don't have to follow the traditional essay format if you don't want to. This is for you. This is what you want to do. So, some schools will tack on an interview section, but none of my schools require them, so I didn't do any interviews. I did end up doing one for a scholarship, but I didn't do it to get into college, so I'm not gonna talk about that here. And that is it. That's what I did to get myself into the colleges that I applied to. Hopefully your application season isn't too stressful. I know it'll get better, I promise. You can be stressed the first semester senior year, but then second semester senior year, you should be having fun. Think about prom, focus on graduation. You'll be fine. Go ahead and give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below anything you want to add or any questions you might have. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.